again to some 0k action. It's going to be another 1 versus 1, slightly longer this time, on the Desert Cliffs V1 map. So, just version 1 of the map. I don't know if there's a later version, but that's the version that we happen to get. As you can see, the ratings, that's these numbers right here actually, relatively similar. I'm slightly lower than Malric, but at the same time, he well, I believe he's got way more games under his belt, so he should have a slight edge in this game. We'll see what happens. In either case, I'm going to be morphing my basic striker, so he's just the E-Cell commander, and I'm also going for cloaky bots, so not such a bad choice on this map. And as for Malric, he's going with light vehicles and not morphing his commander at all, so going with some quick solar collectors. As myself, yep, quick loaders, so nothing too unexpected there. I should have positioned it a bit better to deal with stuff coming through here, but in either case, this start is actually, I believe he can't, I don't think he can actually, no, never mind, I don't think I can actually see him on the periphery of his vision radius. But in either case, yeah, we've revealed to each other what our tech strats are going to be starting off as, and yeah, cloakies, even their radars are not as fast as... ouch. They're not as fast as light vehicles still, but well, cloakies, you can. There's quite a few things you can do with them. A few tricks up your sleeve that you wouldn't normally get with vehicles. So we'll see if I'll use my cloakies to the fullest or not. In any case, this Scorcher is definitely being pretty annoying. Although if there's one good thing actually about the raiders on this map, on cloaky bots on this map, is that they can walk over more terrain. As you can see, apparently there's actually parts of these hills that are actually pathable. Cliffs, should I say, they're actually pathable. Indeed, yeah, parts of the cliffs are actually pathable to the bots, but not to the vehicles. And the Scorcher actually did go up the hill a bit slower than my glaive did at the very least. I believe I can't manage to cancel one mechs as well. I mean, I didn't actually destroy a complete one, but still cancelling them is pretty good. I mean, it's going to delay my opponent's medal income. As you can see, our medal income is actually... oh, okay. Interesting. Our medal income is actually pretty similar. My energy income is a bit higher, but our medal income is actually slightly... well, pretty much the same. In fact, if I didn't raid, his would have been slightly more than mine, actually. So, just having a look. Yeah, we do have Malric coming up with a builder. Okay, so... of course... I think he came out with his builder a little bit earlier than mine actually, so probably would explain why he managed to get a little bit more expansion underway. But there we go. Yep, definitely keeping up with each other when it comes to metal income, and we do have some Scorchers coming in as well to be a bit of a pain in the ass. Unfortunately, well, actually, my radar tower does detect them, and unfortunately though my Lotus is not in the position to deal with them if they decide to go all the way around. Thankfully though, my glaives are, well, 3 glaives versus 3 Scorchers. It's not really going to favour the glaives too much, unless if I focus fire, but even then that's probably, yeah, they're just going to die way too freaking quickly, and unfortunately the Scorchers will rampage throughout my base. I'm still continuing to build glaives, and ouch, there goes my builder units, goes a couple of windmills. So yeah, try to do as much damage as I can. Thankfully though, they do get into range of my Lotus just barely. If I'm lucky, this guy might be able to finish off one of them. Nope, unfortunately not. So thankfully, my glaives should be able to keep on, well, they can keep on attacking at the very least. Very unfortunate that I didn't actually just shift my Lotus a little bit further towards, indeed, yeah, towards the hill, but oh well. Would have done me more favours. I think I'll have to remember to do that next time. Another Lotus being built up as well. Again, not really covering choke points. This defender, on the other hand, is covering this choke point alright. Actually, just having a look at the ranges. 600 and 610, so technically my defender will get the first shot off on the slasher. I think the slasher should be able to outlast the defender though, I'm pretty sure. In any case, yeah, I'm going to be expanding finally to one of the flanks myself. My opponent has not yet done so. Thankfully my rating has managed to well, to keep him somewhat contained, but he is starting to move forward with his commander, his XTA Quiet commander, which is only just now being morphed, so not really sure what to. Actually, it's just a strike commander just like mine. A couple of Moan Glaives coming in. Unfortunately, Malric does have some radar to see exactly what's happening. And I'm going to take out one Slasher at the very least. I'm actually going to try to go straight for his commander even. Okay, that's a bit audacious to do with just 3 glaives, but there we go. Actually am managing to keep them alive a little bit longer, circling them like that, trying to keep the weakest ones away. Unfortunately though, Maluk's commander's still at half health and he's got some reclaim to work with. So what has he got? The light particle beam and the advanced targeting system. So, god, that's a pain in the ass to deal with. But there we go, another raider coming in that I didn't actually notice, and apparently neither did my opponent because he's still continuing to move his units upwards. This glaive, not really sure why I'm not pressing onwards with the attack. Okay, I probably know about these defenses here, so I probably don't really want to do that, but well, I could have at least kept attacking the solar collectors, would have been better than nothing, but oh well. So let's see, more glaives coming in, finally got a couple of warriors, probably just a couple of them. Let's see, yeah, they're probably just not set to repeat builds, they're probably just going to be coming up and then getting out of the build queue once they're finished. We'll see what happens though, but they definitely would come in handy versus these rather pain in the ass scorchers, although the slashers will probably go to town on my warriors, but consequently my glaives can go to town on the slashers, so there we go. It's all a counter game, essentially. My opponent is still trapped in the middle though, just having a look. Yeah, my metal income is much greater than his, so is my power income. He's actually morphing his commander again, bizarre enough, so maybe he's actually going to make a bit of an assault happen with it, in which case he probably would want to build a couple of builders and send them along with the commander just to help keep him alive, if that's what he's looking to do. So yeah, he's continuing also to go with more energy. He's got enough energy. What he needs to be doing is he needs to get more mexes. He's definitely got a bit of an... Oh no, actually no, never mind. That's strange. I could swear it was more than... Oh no, yeah, he does have slightly more energy than metal income, no problemo. So yeah, he needs to be focusing more so on mexes. I mean, having one builder continuing to build energy plants is a good idea, but this one... Oh, he's actually finishing off the solar collector, then that's, and then rebuilding the mexes. But yeah, should have gone instead to just straight for building mexes, basically. But oh well, what can you do? All my guys for some reason are spreading out over here, and yeah, XTA Com is setting up a bit of a position here. Or at least I would call it a position if it had more than a solar collector and a couple of slashes there. Let's just see what he's morphing to. He's still morphing as well, actually, so yeah, he's definitely E-stalling pretty badly. Wait a minute, why is he E-stalling? Why is his energy requirements so high, actually? Huh. Not really sure why, actually, but in any case, we do have another attempted sneak attack with those slashers. Thankfully this time I got way more forces to deal with them, including some warriors, and actually the defender can actually do a decent amount of damage versus the slashers, but no, they'll still go to town on me. And it's, yes, for me, instead of actually replying to his forces, I'm actually going to get these guys to attack his base instead, actually, and instead of going to reply with a whole bunch of glaives against the slashers. Unfortunately though, his attack is still going to continue. He's at level 2, auto repair system and another advanced targeting system added, so it's going to be that much more of a pain in the ass when it comes to a range. What am I going to do to reply to this? Apparently I'm going to go with more glaives. Well, if there's one good thing I can say though, it's the fact that okay, well, until that bloody defender started shooting at them, I'm pretty sure that I had more offensive forces in my opponent's base than he did in my base, but now that's no longer the case. Ouch. Well, at least yeah, that guy's going to be a pain in the ass. Yeah, he's continuing to go straight to my point, building up static defenses as he goes, so it's definitely going to put me in somewhat dire straits, my 2 warriors being forced to retreat. I do manage to do a bit of economic damage, but yeah, it's not much really. These defenders are pretty bloody effective versus the light glaives, to say the least, and I'm still continuing to pump them out, not even going with scythes or anything else, or Roccos, probably be more customary. Oh, interesting going with such a commander though. In fact, you don't normally morph commanders past level 1 in 1 versus 1s actually, not really sure why he's doing that. But there you go, his metal income is, yep, now slightly more than mine, but his energy income, okay, never mind, now it's going back down. But anyway, his energy income is still quite a bit lower actually. In fact, I'm not really sure why it's so high. Probably because of all these wind gens, and of course the variability of wind. In any case, here come my warriors, and they might be able to take out the commander. They're focusing fire on him, and they should be able to take out the slashers as well. Well, not quite, but still my glaives should be able to finish off the slasher, hopefully. Or not. Never mind, he's Okay, there we go. Oh, the Scorcher, should I say. There we go, it's going to finish off the Solar Collector. So a bit of a ballsy maneuver by my opponent, and it almost worked actually, but thankfully I did manage to weaken his commander enough that managed to get the warriors in to, yeah, basically to get into relatively close range against him, and yeah, just to finish him off. Not that. Yeah, to finish him off, essentially, and yeah, that basically stopped his attack cold. So yeah, I don't think he was relying on his commander for energy income, but still though, he did upgrade it a few times, so quite a few resources invested. And keep in mind, where the hell is it? Oh, there, no, that's what right spot. Okay, there's his commander. Keep in mind his commander is slightly more in my territory than it is in his actually, so it'd be a bit easier for me to reclaim it. Although never mind, he's actually going to just be building up defences rather than reclaiming, it seems. There's definitely plenty of reclaim to be had. Hopefully I will be reclaiming at some point. For now I'm going to be rebuilding, it seems. Freaking dandy. And expanding along my flanks with a couple of builders, so I've definitely got plenty of builders to expand through. The middle is just having a look actually, so 2.5. Compare that to these other ones. Yeah, the mech spots are not particularly valuable in the middle, it seems. But the middle position is still pretty valuable one. Ouch. Is still a pretty valuable one to have actually. Having this little position secured right on your opponent's doorstep would be pretty major, and as you can see we're fighting over it right now, but unfortunately for my opponent my income is basically surging pretty far ahead of his, and now I'm starting to vary up my forces quite a bit. Someone's sending me a message through Steam that I can't see because I don't have the Steam overlay. But anyway, yeah, I'm going basically to the extremes to vary up my forces actually. One single glaive for every single Rocco and warrior and hammer. So definitely going to be coming up with a pretty diverse force indeed, and why not? Actually, I was almost accessing metal there for a second, but there we go. I think with the caretaker's now done, yeah, my metal should be spent a bit more effectively, although no, it's still near maximum actually, so that's how much income I'm getting. Third caretaker wouldn't hurt. In any case, yeah, managed to expand pretty much all along the flanks, and yeah, just linking up my energy production together to properly to get proper overdrive. So yeah, not something I mean, I could just be using at this point, the energy transmission pylons, but screw it. I mean, this way I transmit energy and I gain more energy as well, so there we go. Even though the overdrive is apparently 0. Interesting. Okay then, well, God, you gotta love the variability of a wind day. Got a counterattack by Malric happening there for Scorchers, but that's not going to be enough, especially once my reinforcements come in. And as you can see, I am building a couple of Lotuses to properly secure... Oh, these guys can actually go up these hills as well. Well, there you go. See, look at that. Look at this terrain they can go up and down. There's a couple of purplish areas they can't go down through, but there are definitely a couple more slopes they can go through where vehicles cannot pass. So I suppose there's that to consider. And there we go. Finally getting my own radar up to see what my opponent's doing. A little bit forward placed actually, could probably get taken out relatively easily. But with a couple of Lotuses to defend, I should have... Well, the position I've got is not too bad. It's, well, it won't be that hard to crack, but given the fact that my income is way above my opponent's actually, he's finally securing one of his flanks. For some reason, I'm not really sure why he hasn't focused on this flank as well. Very strange. He's got an idle builder even. He hasn't built a... geothermal plant, actually, neither have I for that matter. Huh, interesting. Well, whatever, and I'm just well, continuing to hammer at my opponents. So, definitely an interesting little push by Malric going forward with his commander like that. In fact, actually, what I should have been doing this game as well was reclaiming as I went along. Actually, I built a couple more... Okay, not sure what the point of this one was, but I did build up some more heavy defences. Although I'm not really sure why I built it here exactly, since vehicles can't path up here anyway. But there you go. There goes my radar once again. Too far forward positions. What does my opponent have to reply with? Not too much, it seems. His units are moving away to dodge the artillery blasts, but that's about it really. How many do I have? A few, it seems. A few. You gotta love how they can just fire in the move as well, actually. Not the greatest of accuracy, but better than nothing. My opponent's allied, not my opponent's ally, my opponent's radar, yep, definitely spotting everything. In fact, he's spotting my own radar. One of my Lotuses, although strange enough, this one is barely out of radar range, or rather it's concealed. He does see exactly where all my forces are though, so he does have that on his side, but I don't think he's going to be able to do anything about it. Got a third caretaker, and continuing to... no, not actually, no, don't seem to be expanding with this guy at all. A couple of idle builders. This is definitely what I should have been doing with them. I should have been reclaiming the crap out of the battlefield. Just having a look actually, so... yep, this one's just going to be building a couple of defences here and there. All this reclaim. If the game was closer, then yeah, that would have made quite a bit of a difference. But well, what can we do? Hammers versus Wolverines. That's something I don't see too often. I've got way too many artillery pieces for him to handle though, and he's subsequently going to get taken out. And look at that! I actually got my forces spread out quite a bit actually. If I concentrated them all along a single front and attacked, I am pretty sure I would have taken them out with relative ease, but nope, I'm still keeping my forces, well, keeping them spread out, and I think I'm going to be making an assault of these guys happen at some point as well. Interestingly enough, I actually have not produced any Zeuses. I'm continuing to go with this little quad, yeah, sort of quad arrangement, I guess you could call it. But yeah, no Zeuses for assault. Very strange indeed. I suppose technically the warriors could sort of act like that, but in either case, there we go, going to be sending in these guys all at once. Actually, unfortunately, my raider is going to be taking the bulk of the damage of the missiles, which basically means they're completely destroyed, but my other units are still alive, so they'll continue blasting forward. I should have actually sent in the heavier stuff first, and then sent in the raiders behind them, but oh well. Not the first time I made this mistake, actually. I really should be learning from that. Well, more artillery also trying to come in, actually sustaining a bit of damage, bizarrely enough. Whoopsie lonk. Well, but I did manage to clear out my opponent's expansion here, so I guessing I'm just trying to not that. And we got a okay, geothermal morphing to a moho. Yeah, I guess I'm just trying to, I wouldn't say declaw him because he doesn't really have that many claws to begin with, but I suppose I'm just trying to weaken him as much as possible before not that. Yeah, I'm just trying to weaken him as much as possible before I go in for the kill. And there we go, finally getting these guys to come in. And really, I should just be attacking from all angles. These guys, there we go, finally. Really, I'm still... okay, well, that was a bit of a strange maneuver by myself. Getting him to the middle. There we go, finally I'm going to be sending him where they should be going towards the opponent's base. And there we go, in this case it's actually good to be sending in the glaives first. The Stinger not being that effective at dealing multiple small units. And it's going to go down. Bam. So yeah, opponent definitely does not stand a chance at this point. An interesting game. He definitely gambled too much with that commander push in the mid-game, although it did almost work actually. I think he's actually going to be self-destructing everything as well. Yes, I think he did actually. Self-destruct, yeah. Interesting. And of course he got the spoils of war and I didn't. I got complete annihilation award instead. Great game indeed. Now there you go, I'll see you all next time.